and welcome to episode 7 of Parker's Predictions. He's Jimmy, I'm Parker, and we're here to give you some more epic predictions.
All right, so we're going to recap what happened last week. Kind of an interesting week. Huh? Let's start off with that Michigan OSU game. I didn't see this one coming. What did you have?
My notes over here.
There you go.
So, I had OSU 38, Michigan 27. That was basically the opposite of what happened.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was going to be close at first, right? And then OSU was going to kind of run away with this game. Exact opposite happened. Michigan really came out and yeah, so I predicted OSU 34, Michigan 27. It ended up
45 to 23 Michigan.
Jeez Louise. And
they had their backup running back in.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. And they had their backup running back. So,
that's just crazy. You're going to let your backup running back run all over them?
Michigan.
In Columbus.
They really had a game to where it's like, look, there was a point in that game to where one of their the Michigan players pulled the team aside. And remember that? We were watching. He gave him a speech and said, "You want to play in the big game? You want to win a natty? This is what we have to do." And at that point, since that point in the game, everything flipped. And then Michigan just
hit the pedal and never let go.
Yeah. So that's what it takes. Sometimes that's what it takes, you know.
And the over still hit though.
That over did hit. A lot of points scored, so that's good.
I mean, that's crazy. Michigan almost did.
I took an X on that game.
Yeah, I
took an X. I lost that one.
That was my first. No, that was my second game.
Okay.
Because the Texas game was on Friday.
Yeah. We'll get to that one. Let's save that one for last.
So let's go to the Thanksgiving game.
Okay.
Cowboys, Giants.
So in all fairness, I barely remember this game because I was so full of turkey. I was dozing off on the couch, right?
It was a very. I don't even remember it either.
But Dallas was predicted to win the game, you know.
With the 10-point spread,
I think I predicted
45.5 there.
I predicted Dallas 30-17. They went ahead and they won it by 8 points, so they covered. They covered the spread.
No, wait, no, they didn't.
They didn't. 20. Oh no, they were. Yeah, that's right. You're right.
They covered the over under.
The over hit. The over hit. They didn't cover.
The over, not the over.
But they still won. Hey, big game versus the Giants on Thanksgiving Day.
I can't remember if that was if Micah Parsons was there or not. It was questionable. I can't remember. Yeah. He probably was.
So Dallas did what they had to do. They took care of business. They went out and they won the game. Okay, good job, Dallas. Texas. Baylor.
We took care of our business.
Okay, so Texas had to have a couple things happen, right?
Yeah, we had to.
So they had to win, which they did. Right? Good.
Yes, we did, but you got to rely on Kansas.
Kansas State, Kansas. We were more interested in that game.
Than the Texas game.
Right?
It felt like I was watching Texas.
The Texas won. Texas did what they had to do. They won the game.
But
I had it 44-24. Texas with the big win. It wasn't that big. 38-27.
I had 38-24. I just want to say, and the final score is 38-27. So
hey, someone was 3 points off, right?
Yes,
so that's awesome. Okay, well,
didn't they get that safety too?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Who was expecting
Ewers didn't have the best game again. He didn't have the best game.
Better games than he has.
They figured out in that second half. You know what's going to work?
Don't let Ewers throw it.
Let's run the ball.
Let's run the ball. And you know what?
They did, and it seemed to work out really good.
You know what helped out there? That let Bijan be in the All-American Pro team.
Yeah.
Blake Corum and Bijan Robinson.
There is no Texas game. Oh, there's no Texas game to predict this week. But
maybe next week or the week after that.
If they do, they're saying that Texas could be playing in the Alamo Bowl against Utah.
Or some Pac-12 team.
We'll get to that game when the time comes, but I have a feeling a lot of the big players, the running backs, aren't going to be playing in this game because they'll be heading out to the NFL. So
is Roschon a senior?
Look out for some my prediction here in a couple weeks. I'm not feeling very good against this Texas. Whoever Texas plays in the bowl game, not feeling too good because I think a lot of players are going to opt out and not play. And Xavier is going to be heading somewhere else.
Nah.
Okay.
He's on the portal watch. I don't think they'll let him leave.
Yeah. So that's last week's picks.
Yeah, so.
Right? So let's go ahead and move on to this week's picks.
We got bowl games, and we got World Cup.
Yeah, we're doing something different this week.
Yep.
So we're going to go a college game.
We're
going to do an NFL game, and then we're going to go ahead and pick the World Cup. Why not?
I had the Texas game all picked out, but it's all good. I could tell y'all all the stats for that if y'all want. But first of all, let's go to that bowl game day.
Okay. So
Jerry World. TCU, Kansas State. Who saw this coming at the start of the year?
Remember this though. TCU is just a hop, skip, and a jump from Jerry World, right? So this is almost like a home game for TCU.
Yes.
So the game's already going to have a bunch of purple in it because both teams are purple, but
it's gonna
TCU fans are going to be there. Those fans are going to be loud. They're 12-0. No one expected that.
I know. Who expected this game out of all games? Like you can expect TCU, but Kansas State in there.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing about the Big 12 is you have Oklahoma, you have Texas. Both bolting, right, for the SEC.
Oh, SEC.
Right?
And they did?
They can't even win in the Big 12.
So you expect the thing is whenever we do go to the SEC, all those players in the SEC are going to be gone, and we don't even know if Nick Saban will be there.
Yeah, that'd be good. By the time we get there, he's not there.
Yeah, he's not there. Alabama will get sucked for the first time in forever.
I don't see that happening anytime soon. Okay, so all right, so Kansas State TCU, on paper, it looks pretty. Purple's a pretty color.
Yeah,
but the actual game itself, give me TCU.
Give me TCU.
Max Duggan, 34 TDs, 3 picks. Look
34.
I see this being
the game
where he shows out for the Heisman. After this game, if it comes to an actual team leader, who can you not win as a team without this one player? Max Duggan.
Yes, Max Duggan. The only other player I can see is Stetson Bennett, but that's it. Just Stetson Bennett.
Oh, for Georgia?
And then maybe if you want to, you can put that Michigan running back.
Yeah.
I forgot his name already somehow.
But yeah, I mean, to me, Max Duggan's the guy right now. You know, you have a lot of. I hope Bijan gets an invite. I hope he gets an invite. He's an incredible running back.
There's only been like 5 max before. It's gonna be a tough year for them. You know what's surprising?
Yeah.
You got Bijan Robinson. You got I can't think of his name. I'm so mad. That Michigan running back. You got Max Duggan, obviously, and then you got Stetson Bennett for Georgia.
Yeah.
Because C.J. Stroud is probably out of there after his showing at Michigan.
He may still get an invite. I don't know, but you know, Michigan went ahead and took care of business. On
35 for 4 interceptions.
I think they really exposed him on that game. Michigan did. So I don't. He may not get that invite. He may not get that invite.
You have to show up for all 12 games, which that's the thing with the Michigan guy. He didn't show up for all 12 games. You don't get max stats like everyone else. You know?
Yeah.
You got to have max stats to compete with the best.
So, like I said, home game for TCU. TCU coming off a giant win, 62-14 against Iowa State. I thought Iowa State was going to come out to play.
Yeah, but
they don't have anything to play for. You know, let's go out with the bang.
Might as well give the 12-0 team an 11-1.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. TCU took care of business from beginning to end.
The last points were cheap points. So the spread is 2.5 for this game, and the over under 62.
So they're seeing a shootout of a game. I don't see that.
Because if you look at the stats, Kansas State has the better defense.
Okay.
And then TCU has the better offense. So it's like the Chiefs versus the Niners Super Bowl.
How are you calling
offense,
it? How are you feeling about this game?
I feel like TCU, they might start out even, you know? Like I was saying this for the Ohio State game. They might start out even, but then TCU's gonna find a way to crinkle through that defense.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to say. Like try to slice through them. And they're gonna end up with the win. A pretty big win.
What's your score?
45 TCU to 24.
Okay, yeah, so you got a big win, as do I. You know, so you have them covering, right? You got the over there,
yes.
right? I got TCU 48, Kansas State 17. It may look close,
but then
for a little bit,
I feel like TCU's gonna run away.
I think TCU.
Because you can't you can't.
That TCU train is rolling, right?
Number 3 in the country.
Yeah. So if there was any doubt in the nation that TCU doesn't belong and they want to sneak in a 1-loss team for some crazy reason, that's all going to be thrown out the window. I think TCU is going to win big and say we're here to play for the championship.
Number 10, Kansas State, by the way. I just want to say that. When were they top 10?
They're ranked. I mean, look, they got a solid squad. You know,
but you can't compete with this TCU team this year.
TCU looks like the real deal.
Because
you know,
you got to look at the running backs too. You got the running backs. You think the Kansas State running backs is good, you know?
He's a good running back. I mean, he's good because you can't see him. He hides behind that offensive line. And then
he's so short.
And then he just squirts right out, and then it's too late. He's already past you.
But then you got to compare him to that TCU guy, though.
Yeah.
That guy is also on another level. So all the stats say TCU is better.
You know what I like? What I like about the location at Jerry World is run the ball if you want, throw the ball if you want.
You can do anything.
Let's just do whatever we want. Let's play some football. All that being said, TCU, big win.
Yeah, I got TCU, big win.
Okay.
The only way I see Kansas State winning that is somehow Max Duggan gets hurt or something.
Don't say it.
On a rock.
Don't say it.
Yeah, I'm not going to wood, but that's the only reason I can say if he gets hurt in the game or something.
Yeah.
That's the only way that you're going to win that game.
And we know as Texas fans, anything can happen. Colt McCoy, Quinn Ewers in big games. It can happen. So, let's see what happens.
Alabama.
Okay.
At least they're not playing Alabama.
Kansas City, Cincinnati, over to the NFL.
Okay.
Okay, so look, one thing that I kind of...
Kansas City has shown themselves out this year.
Well, Kansas City has done what they've been doing for the last couple of years. They're a solid team. They win. They have a couple bumps in the road, but they're still a very solid team. Cincinnati had a very poor start, but since
they're making a comeback.
7-4, right? So
what is that win streak? Did I write that down? I don't think so.
Well,
but I think their win streak is like 4 or something.
Okay, so they're back to doing what they were doing as of last year when they had a good run.
So they look like the better team in the Super Bowl last year. It looks like they got scammed.
Both of these offenses are ranked in the top 5.
Yes.
Right? They're both playing really, really good offense. This will be a rematch from last year's AFC Championship game. Where who won that?
Chiefs. So the Cincinnati Bengals won that.
They won that one.
On to the Super Bowl.
34-31.
Oh my God, that Super Bowl.
I have a feeling...
Kansas City or
No, I have a feeling that the Bengals are going to let everybody know that, look, we got off to a rough start.
But we're here to play.
We know who we're playing. We're back. Let's get serious and start playing some football. Get ready for the playoffs. I got Cincinnati winning this game. The spread's only 2.5.
Did you see the injuries, though?
What are the injuries?
Juju Smith-Schuster, questionable.
Ooh,
but
fantasy.
For the Bengals, though, Joe Mixon, questionable.
Okay.
The Bengals star running back.
Okay.
And hear this one out. Jamar Chase is questionable.
Oh, gosh.
The LSU combo.
Okay.
Joe Burrow.
You couldn't tell me that before we made our picks? Come on, man.
That's crazy. But.
Okay, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change.
I take those injuries seriously because this is in wherever this is, Paycor is what their stadium's called.
This is in Cincinnati. Okay.
They don't have a dome, I think, so it's gonna be 47 degrees.
It's gonna be chilly. Sunny, it's gonna be chilly.
Partly sunny. 3:25 p.m. on a Sunday.
Okay.
And hear this stat: Cincinnati's 3-1 at home. Kansas City's 4-1 away.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I got Kansas City 34. Cincinnati, 21.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, all right. I respect that.
I feel like this Kansas City team has shown up way more than they did last year because they started bad last year too. 3-4 or something.
All right. So I'm calling a close game on this one. The spread's 2.5. Right.
Yeah,
so
2.5.
I have a feeling, like I just said earlier, Cincinnati wants everybody to know. We're playing big boy ball now. You know, we started off slow. Now we're rolling. And we want to keep the ball rolling. Kansas City 27, Cincinnati 30.
Oh, what do you got? A game-winning kick or something?
I got a game-winning kick covering the spread. Give me the under. You know, Cincinnati. I'm sorry, give me the over. You know, Cincinnati winning the game.
Yeah. It's so tough to pick. It's so tough to pick these games with these winning teams because you never know. Oh. So I had Kansas City 34, Cincinnati 21.
Okay.
Just because I think Cincinnati's going to be falling off this year.
Oh,
not as much as they were.
I'm not seeing it. I'm going with Cincinnati.
Okay, so
so now you see we both have the soccer jerseys on. You see the USA flag in the background. We're gonna do it. We're gonna predict the USA Netherlands game. Now, granted, I like to watch soccer.
It's okay.
I'm an Arsenal fan,
but I'd rather watch basketball over soccer.
I don't know too much about international soccer.
I don't know
but we're gonna give it a shot.
Netherlands.
We're gonna give it a shot here. Obviously,
the Netherlands.
USA versus the Netherlands. Obviously, the Netherlands are the better team, ranked 8th in the world. Okay, we just had a big win over. We had a win that we were supposed to win against Iran, 1-0. Okay,
but that was a big win technically.
At the cost of what? Pulisic gets hurt.
Yeah, Pulisic gets hurt, and also you got Josh Sargent, your forward.
Yeah. So
but Pulisic, have you heard? He might come back.
I'm thinking he may play. Everybody's on the fence, but it's leaning like he's gonna play this game.
So
and that would be huge.
The last time these teams met was June 5th, 2015. The USA won 4-3. So it was a very high scoring
game.
It was a very high scoring game. But Netherlands, they're on an 8-game unbeaten streak.
Who's this?
The Netherlands.
That's an 18-game unbeaten streak. So they're on an 18-game unbeaten
Remember, that
streak.
doesn't count winning, though. That just counts draws.
Yeah, so that's 13 wins and 5 draws since they've hired this coach of theirs.
So the USA's last win was versus the European team was 2002.
Against?
I have no idea. I can't.
Portugal.
Portugal.
Okay, so that was their last win against a European team against Portugal, right?
So, their last 2 round 16 games.
As you can see, we're looking at our notes because
I have no idea. So the winner of this game plays looking like Argentina playing Australia, but you never know. We saw Saudi Arabia upset Argentina, which says Australia can't do it.
So one more thing I want to throw in there as I'm just eyeballing my notes here. The U.S. is on an 11-game straight winless streak against European oppositions. So
they can draw.
They just really struggle to get the W against these teams.
But that's all these teams do, you know. This is their only sport, really.
What's the key to this game? If who plays? Pulisic.
Yeah, Pulisic plays.
If he plays,
then that's
we have a chance. I'm not going to say we're going to win the game,
but we have a chance.
If he plays, we have a chance. So I'm going to predict this game as if he plays. That's what I'm going to do.
So the last 5 games, Netherlands win, draw, win. The USA though, win, draw, loss.
Okay.
So we are on a 4-game unbeaten streak.
Okay.
They're on an 18-game unbeaten streak.
Oh gosh. So this is big boy soccer. This is
the World Cup.
This is the World Cup in Qatar. What time's the game? It's early,
9 a.m.
9 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning.
This is
normally we're getting ready for game day, but now we're going to be getting ready for World Day. World Day soccer.
World Day.
I have. So what is Vegas? The MGM's calling this game at. Moneyline's calling a draw. They're predicting a 1-1 draw in this game. You were really torn on this game. Let me go first, and then I'll save the best for last. I'm going to save the best for last and let you pick last here. Hey, USA, 2-1. Let's go. What do you got?
So I feel like the USA obviously with Pulisic and with all the injuries not there, I feel like the USA is just going to show up and say, we're here to compete in the World Cup, baby.
I like it.
USA 1, Netherlands 0.
Let's go.
That USA defense has been playing crazy this year.
Yeah, I would like it. I would really, really like to see that,
1-0.
1-0 on your pick. I got 2-1. And what I didn't say about my pick is it's going to be one of those games where you're going to be pulling your hair out because the Netherlands are going to be up 1-0 at the half. Yeah. And then the USA is going to come roaring back. They're just going to come roaring back that second half and win it 2-1.
I can see the USA scoring at any time. I don't know when they're going to score. They could score at the first 10 minutes, or they could have a 5-minute last goal in the added time.
Well, that's the one thing that over the year, because I'm new to soccer. I'm fairly new. I've been watching for a couple years, but in soccer, what I try to tell people is when games end 1-0. It's so exciting because that one goal means so much in the game. The thing no matter when it happens. It could happen in the first 5 minutes or the last minute of added time. That goal is so cherished.
Goal, it feels so good.
So that's why the fans are at the edge of their seats the entire time. And in the World Cup, turn it up to 1,000. So
it's crazy because comparing this to other kind of scores, the soccer probably has one of the weakest scores. 1-0. Once there was 0-0 in the U.S. this World Cup. I think there was 3 times.
Okay, so there are picks. We're going to go with it. And let's go ahead and do it. I didn't tell you about this, but let's do it real quick. The game's going on as we speak, so let's throw it in there. Texas versus Creighton. Yeah, how you feeling?
I haven't said any scores about this, but I just saw Creighton, number 7, Texas, number 2. The money line says 80.5% towards Texas. But the thing is, Creighton looks like the better team with the assist. Ryan Nembhard is better than Marcus Carr. Baylor Scheischerman, or whatever how you say that, is better than Dylan Mitchell. 9.3 rebounds per game. 6.8 rebounds per game for Dylan Mitchell. But the points. Tyrese Hunter, 16.2 points per game. Ryan Kalkbry, I don't even know how to say his name. 16.1 points per game.
Okay.
The spread says Texas is better. 7.5.
What do you got?
It's in the Moody Center.
It's rocking right now. That place is rocking.
Texas is undefeated. Their last game against UT River Grand Valley, 91-54.
They're taking care of business.
And Creighton lost last week to Arizona 81. Well, not last week, but last game. Lost to Arizona 81-79.
Okay.
So I don't know how to pick basketball games, but the over-under is 139. So I'm going to try to go with that. I got Texas probably 78. Creighton 63.
Okay. And I just sprung this on them last second. I didn't even pick it, but Texas is going to win. I think Texas is on a roll. It does not look like the same Texas team we've seen over the years to where they just hurry up down the court, fire up a 3, miss, go back to defense, and repeat the whole game. They're actually making play. They're working in plays. You got a defense.
Number 1.
They got a real good thing going. So I think Texas has a good chance at making a good run this year. And let's end it with this pick.
All right,
come
on. What pick should we do?
Texas Creighton. Who you got? Texas. Okay.
You want to ask her for the other picks or not?
Nah, we're good. We're good. I think we're good. All right, so I'm feeling good about my picks. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. So this week you have the potential to go 4-0.
4-0.
That's nice.
All right.
But I feel like, I don't know. But this has been Parker's Predictions, episode 7 with Jimmy. And we've had 2 guest pickers today. Mainly 1. Paisley again and Parker. We will see y'all next week.